Cyber criminals are now using AI-generated video on TikTok to steal your personal information. And one of the largest cryptocurrencies in America was a victim of a cyber attack that cost the company some $400 million in losses. Joining us now to discuss this and a major cyber hack involving children is cybersecurity expert and privacy attorney Lisa Garber. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Jan. Great to be here.
Cryptocurrency Coinbase was the victim of that cyber attack. They didn't just suffer hundreds of millions in losses, but also, Lisa, ransomed by the hackers for $20 million. Tell us more about this and also the CEO's response to the attackers on social media.
This is such an important story on so many levels. And Coinbase, many of us are likely familiar with it. It's the largest crypto exchange that exists. And it's very publicly aware of what happens when there's a data breach because of its market. So what happened is apparently employees were bribed. Coinbase is calling them rogue employees from overseas. They were bribed to leak information on Coinbase users so that hackers could socially engineer and attack them. And they were then ransomed to the tune of $20 million. Coinbase released a very public statement saying, we are not paying that ransom. We are not trying to hide anything about this data breach. We are going to cooperate with law enforcement. And in fact, we're going to take $20 million and create a fund to try to find and arrest these cyber criminals.
Were they successful?
Not yet. Hopefully they will be. I think it's a really important way to handle a data breach. Sunlight is always the best medicine, so hopefully we will see a positive outcome here.
Definitely a unique approach there. And another major cybersecurity alert we're following this morning. Hackers are using a new method with AI-generated TikTok videos to steal your private and personal information. So what do we need to be on the lookout for, and how does this work?
So most social media platforms, including TikTok, have filters to uncover cyber scams. But those filters are tuned to look at language, written language. These videos are all spoken voice, and they go under the radar because of this methodology. So what happens is these videos, which are likely AI generated, give instructions via voice that tell people how to change settings on their devices and within the platforms so that they can get free Spotify access, free Microsoft Word access. But in fact, what they're doing is allowing hackers into their systems, and they've been viewed hundreds of thousands of times.
Wow, that is alarming. And, speaking of AI, this is another alarming trend parents need to pay attention to specifically because children, teens, and even young adults are turning to these AI chat bots, uploading their photos and essentially asking to be rated on their looks, and then also asking for suggestions on what they need to do to improve their appearance. I'd never heard of this before. How concerning is this, though?
It's very concerning. And we've seen viral trends go on these ChatGPT and other chatbots before, including make yourself into an action figure. The problem with these trends, besides the psychological effects of asking a chatbot if you're quote unquote hot or not, is uploading the personal information necessary for the chatbot to run its algorithm. So you're asking for photos, for information about you, maybe your age, demographic information. Remember, the algorithms are taking all of that information in, and they're using it in ways you have no control over.
Yeah, and
so they're going to be...
Go ahead.
They're going to be storing it. They're going to be selling it to vendors. They're going to be sharing it in places we don't have control over. So while it's fun to partake in a social media trend, although I don't honestly understand this one, it's going to be problematic for our privacy.
Yeah. Not to mention, you're getting your self-worth, your self-esteem from an AI chatbot, right? So what legal issues also do you see here? Because I was reading, aren't some of the suggestions based on marketing with shopping products and procedure recommendations?
Yes. So the way these AI chatbots work is they're trained on everything available on the internet. That could be publicist-generated articles from makeup companies or cosmetic companies or doctors. And it could also be AI garbage that's out there that they're just ingesting. There are no guardrails. There are no ethics here. And there's no medical personnel vetting this information. So if you're going to ChatGPT for makeup information or cosmetics or drug interactions, you really need to have a professional review that information first.
Cybersecurity expert and privacy attorney Lisa Garber. Great to see you. Happy Friday, Eve.
Thank you so much.
Hope you have a great weekend.
You too.
We all want to stay connected while traveling, so we spoke with an expert about some of the things you can do to keep your personal data safe when connecting to the internet while on the road.
When traveling, staying connected has become a necessity.
Wi-Fi or connectivity is very much like water and air.
But experts warn
free and public Wi-Fi access points can be fraught with danger.
Personal data can be big business for hackers and scammers, leading to an ever-growing number of threats to be aware of. A big one, the man-in-the-middle or evil twin Wi-Fi scam.
A Wi-Fi network that looks like the real legitimate one, but it's actually run by somebody who could be very nearby, trying deliberately to intercept your data. Passwords, logins, they could even hack into your computer.
Internet security expert and CMO president Eric Plam says these are some things to remember when connecting to that cafe, airport, hotel, or other public and free Wi-Fi. Be wary if it's too easy, even if free. Cafes, airport lounges, or hotels often ask for a password or room number. Once you do connect, check to make sure you're browsing on a secure site. You can do that by looking at where you type in a web address. It should say HTTPS. There also might be a symbol of a padlock, though this isn't always guaranteed to be safe according to the FBI. You should also refrain from logging into bank accounts or conducting sensitive transactions. And if you want to go a step further, buy a VPN or virtual private network, a service provided by lots of different vendors which creates a secure tunnel between your device and whatever site you're visiting. But the best option, according to Plam, use your own hotspot.
This is the most secure and convenient way to go.
And these days, many of our smartphones can turn into their own hotspot, but Plam warns be wary of battery drain, also excessive roaming charges, especially if overseas. He says the best option, if you're able to afford it, is to buy your own personal hotspot and then carry that with you when you travel. In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.